Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northernlion, plays Binding of Isaac AFTERBIRTH Plus. You know what? We do need some Isaac stuff. We've already done Boss Rush and Hush. And to me, that's very nice, because it means we can actually have like an expedited run today. S7DSG21VG. I don't want an expedited run, by the way. Still can't speak English, apparently. I'm working on it. I'm taking classes. I'm living my life with the language on a daily basis. Trying to get to that fluency that I've so desired in my life, but you know, it's not always easy. It's a tough language to learn, especially when you start talking about X's and Z's and etceteras and etceteras. Anyway, I don't want an expedited run just for like, you know, oh, we can get one done in 20 minutes. I want an expedited run because the last two, they've been hard, you know. It's been like sweeps week at the network. Hush, Boss Rush. We're going all the way to the chest now, which is, you know, what the norm is going to be for the future, for sure, but... Yo, absolutely. A free tiers upgrade, don't mind if I do. So I'm excited to have a run that's a little bit more like, I don't want to work, just want to bang on the drum all day. 8 rate of fire. It's actually like a pretty market improvement. I'm not mad about that. Probably not going to blow you up. 4 bombs. I'll tell you what, I'm going to blow you up, and I hope you give me money and or a key. I'll take the money. And we'll proceed. Larry J. Yay. If you got that was a reference to Super Punch-Out, you and me, kindred spirits. Now that's a video game. Spirit Heart, please. No Spirit Heart. Okay, I can feel for whatever reason, like, maybe we should have re-rolled that. My body is in, like, fight or flight mode at the start of this run, and it's gonna lead to me making mistakes. So, just cool it a little bit. Slow your roll. There's no reason to really freak out and feel like this run is urgent. We need to be smart here. It's probably a library, actually. Oh, yo, let's go. So this is actually amazing, because we have the D6 still charged. Yeah, just slow your roll, straighten up, fly right, play well, get this deal with the devil, and then start cruising. So we're never going to turn this into a double item room, in all likelihood, but, you know, when you get a library, you're more likely to get more libraries in the future. Yo, I was about maybe a 1/10 of a second away from taking damage there, sincerely. In my brain, I was like, should I move? And then instinctively, I started to move. But, had I not, that shot, I never would have dodged it. Another bomb? I don't want to trade a bomb for a key right now. I would trade a bomb for a battery charge. Might consider trading a bomb for a pill if we find ourselves with way too many bombs. Or, you know, we're desperate for some kind of improvement that a pill could give us. That feels like a secret room. Likely is a secret room. Dude, the bombs. So many. So quickly. No thank you. So we can go to our shop. And if there's a reroll machine, we'd be disappointed. Because we're low on cash. What we want to see is a donation machine that we could blow up to easily get a Spirit Heart. I almost choked on my own saliva there. The bombs. So we're going to get Distant Admirer? No, Lost Fly. This is bad, except like every now and then, I do see a Tinted Rock. Well, every now and then I get a little bit lonely because you're never coming around. And every now and then I get a little bit tired of listening to the sound of my turn. Every now and then we fight a boss. Every now and then we fight a boss. Every now and then we fight a boss that clings to a wall. And when the boss clings to a wall, Lost Protector just craps on him. Most of the time, it's kind of useless, though. I'm loving this, though. We're in a really, really good spot early. Deal with the devil with a D6 ready. Sounds like a Rage Against the Machine song. Sort of. Maybe more like brand new. I don't know. Okay, we got 2... Oh, there's a Tinted Rock there, too. This is important. You know, we do need to keep our head on straight here. Very good bomb, and then Lost Protector. And we're like, hey, dude, get over here. Thank you. Let Lost Protector take you away. Alright, we're going to place one more bomb. Pretty much perfect. And we should be good. That was very, very strong. Speed and range, I'll take it without a reroll. I think it's acceptable. We'll take the mark, reroll this. Don't really want the other one, and I think we're just moving on. Statistically, nothing to complain about. Not very little to complain about. Nothing to complain about. Okay? This is exactly... Sometimes you just get what you ask for on a run, you know? And I'm kind of... We had Flatworm on the last run. I'm kind of liking the creepy bombs here. And this run, so far, has given us what we requested. What did we request? A fun one. A quick one. Run with a little zip. I'm happy to see it. So we don't need to do boss rush. We don't need to do hush. Well, I would love to teleport out of boss rush. We'll see if that's possible. But whether or not we get to do that remains to be seen. Definitely should not have picked that up. But that's the danger. You know, it's hard to be so good at Isaac is what it comes down to. Because sometimes you spend... you know, you're... Oh! Yeah, I had a feeling we were going to get hit there. You get in the habit of stepping on an item as soon as it's created, and all of a sudden, oops, you accidentally picked up a good item at a sub-opportune moment. Sub-opportune? Less than opportune? So we're just trying to get this guy wedged in the corner, and that worked out excessively well. Let's stand over here, and we'll try to work him towards maybe the bottom wall. Dude, turns out Lost Protector is actually probably the greatest item in video game history. It's doing us a great service. We pick up Blood Clot. Easy to think that Blood Clot kinda sucks, but in actuality, it owns. The reason you think it kinda sucks is because it doesn't appear to affect your damage on the damage screen, but, you know, it makes your tears red. Do you remember that? If you've been around for a while, you remember the days of judging your damage in Isaac based on the color of your tears? You'd be like, oh, I have red tears, so our damage can't be that bad. The stat screen has done a great service. When I was at PAX and people were playing Repentance, they were talking about like the HUD on the right side of the screen, or the left side of the screen, and they were like, yeah, it's so useful to actually see what the stats do. And I was like, oh my god, you guys are living in the dark ages. That's been in the game. I mean, the mod has been around forever, but you know, the HUD being built into the game has been there for like 2 years, 3 years maybe. Actually, it was probably an Afterbirth, right, that it was first added. So that was like 2015, I think. Something like that. Anyway, we're heading down. Dude, it feels great. Of course, the irony is that this would have been a much better run to probably beat Boss Rush in the Hush than, you know, whatever the run that we actually did it on was. Because I'm pretty sure Isaac was the character we died as. I was shooting at my own fly there. If you want to laugh at me, there's your opportunity. And you're like, oh, there's no shortage of opportunities, NL. Well, you're right about that. You're right about that, but I laugh at myself all the time. People always, well, not always, often take self-deprecation as like an invitation to compliment. You know, and I think there are people that do use it like that in real life. They'll be like, no, I'm so fat. And then you're supposed to be like, no, you're not. And maybe they aren't, but it just puts you in an awkward spot in the first place, because you're like, I thought we were having a conversation as equals, but instead you're kind of like emotionally manipulating me into giving you a compliment. It just feels a little weird. I mean, everybody, I guess, does it to some extent, but like, you know, when I make a joke at my own expense, I'm a very honest arbiter of my own character, I think. There's things about myself I'm proud of, you know, my career, family, you know, my work ethic, absolutely. There's things about myself I'm not so proud of, my hairline. If I take my shirt off, I can see the hair on my shoulders in my shadows. I'm not saying it's all genetics' fault. Like, there's flaws in my personality, like, well, I don't know if I would take them as flaws. That sounds like I'm ashamed of them, but I think I am too proud about a lot of things, at the very least. I don't think I'm conceited, but I think I can veer into conceited or snobby or elitist territory from time to time. And, I mean, I could lie to you and say that I'm working on it, but I'm one step before working on it. Where I actually am in my head is that I recognize that it exists. And if the first step is recognizing that there's a problem, well, I'm on step 1 then. Maybe step 2 is stop being so rude about it, but... Shoop the whoop? No shoop the whoop. Shoop the whoop, no shoop the whoop, baby. But when I make a self-deprecating joke, you know, I like myself. I genuinely do. What does Tom Waits say? You know, well, as long as I can be with me, we get along so well, I can't even believe it. It's from Nighthawks of the Diner, 1978's live album, if you're curious. Why not? See where that came from. So when I make a self-deprecating joke, to take it, to believe that I was fishing for a compliment is like a slap in the face. Ooh, paralysis. And then I was like, oh, I better pick up that other pill and see what it is. So if I'm ever like, I'm trying to, that joke wasn't funny. And then somebody's like, no, I thought it was funny. Don't lie to me. Is they, Jacob? Don't lie to me, man. Tell it like it is in this case. Okay. This run, by the way, fantastic. Caves 2, 10 minutes in. That's not even within the realm of possibility for your average run. So we're in a great spot. I think we're taking a brisk pace here, and that's okay. And you know what? Just saying the phrase brisk reminds me. I have a question for you. What do you think is the worst canned drink on the planet? I have to tell you, I love tea. Sorry, we gotta step on this. I prefer coffee, but I'll drink a green tea, a cold green tea. I'll drink a half and half. I'll drink a black tea. I'll drink the teas that remind me of the good times. I'll drink the teas that remind me of the best times. Nah, I don't think it's worth it, honestly. But we will, now that we have 4 bombs, try to get a black market here if possible. But I really feel like canned and bottled iced tea, with the exception of Arizona iced tea, which is, like, I'm not trying to be, again, elitist. It's not really tea. It's kind of like, I mean, it is tea. It's a tea-based beverage. It just has a lot of sugar and flavoring in it, which is fine if that's what you're into. I think it tastes delicious. It's just not good for you. Neither is Brisk or Nestea. But there's something about like a canned iced tea that tastes like a cleaning product to me. And I drank a lot of it as a kid. Because, you know, my parents and grandparents were they grew up in that era where, like, yeah, soda's bad for you, but juice and iced tea, even though they have a tablespoon of sugar in each bottle, you know, those are good for you. Because it's natural. So I would drink a lot of those as a kid. Like, you know, Nestea in a pitcher and be like, why am I a chubby 10-year-old? I don't get it. I drink 2 liters of tea a day. But anyway, something about those, like, Brisk and Nestea. Canned iced teas turn out weird. Or at least, you know, those ones. I haven't had, like, the Peace tea. I don't know if that exists in other parts of the world or if it's a Canadian thing. Might be an American thing. They usually are. That sounded like a shot, but it's actually, I meant it as like, you know, most of these food products are American. They become ubiquitous afterwards. Dude, we don't need it, but like, I'm not unhappy to have it necessarily. No? Sure, why not? We get a little tears upgrade. Very, very little, but the concussion effect is worth something. Yeah, just keep moving on. I'm trying to think of what might be some other examples. I think a common one that's going to show up is Dr. Pepper. And I disagree. I don't drink Dr. Pepper because I just try not to drink soda in general. And if I'm going to drink soda, I'll usually get a diet soda. And I gotta say, you go out to a restaurant, you say, hey, can I have a diet Dr. Pepper? Not likely, at least up here. It's a tough sell. They'll be like, we don't even have regular Dr. Pepper. Unless it's a Yum Brands corporation, in which case they'll be like free refills. And it brings me to another question, but I didn't really finish my thought there. I like Dr. Pepper. I think it's an interesting flavor. I like root beer as well, which I think is kind of similar. But, you know, it's not necessarily the most popular. Are you an ice in your drink or a no ice in your drink kind of individual? I am a no ice in my drink kind of individual. And I gotta say, it cheeses me off because every place puts ice in your drinks. It depends on the drink, you know. And if it's like a super hot day, sure, give me some ice. But people, sometimes, this is for my non-icy boys out there, they look at you like you're out of your mind. If you're like, yeah, can I get a drink, no ice? They're like, no ice? Are you broken? So you know, at the factory, the drink, they don't put it on the can. It says add ice, you know? It's not like that's the default way to consume it. It's just, I don't want to be conspiratorial, but I do kind of feel like you know, adding ice to a drink was kind of, you know, first off, it cools you down, which is worth something, but also it allows them to put less drink into the cup. Sometimes a lot less. Sometimes you open it up and it's like, you know, 75% ice, and then as it melts, the drink gets more and more watery. You know what they need? Yo, I'm hesitant to even say this idea because it's so good. You know how they have, like, whiskey rocks? So, like, if you like your whiskey on the rocks to cool it down a little bit and add a little bit of water, you can add ice, obviously, or you can add these whiskey rocks, which sit in your freezer, and then they're just like inert stones, basically. So they cool your drink down, but, you know, as they warm up, they don't actually melt. They just make your drink taste like gravel, I suppose. But anyway, it's not like that. What I'm saying is I think it's a good idea. What if you had either soda rocks, which would probably be pretty expensive, or you made the ice cubes out of the soda that you were cooling down in the first place? You know what? I don't even want to do that, Room. I don't like those enemies. So you made like cola ice. Frozen Coke ice cubes. So as your drink melted, it didn't dilute the flavor. Now, it would be a little bit more expensive. And I don't even want to think of the logistics of like a drink fountain that would make it happen. Coke Freestyle hasn't solved that engineering problem yet. But think about it, dude. If they could do it at Five Guys. They could do it at Shake Shack. They could do it at In-N-Out. You know, a place that has an upscale fast food sort of vibe happening. You know it's true. Coke Ice. Think about it. It's going to be a beverage-based episode here, apparently. Because now that I've talked about that, I was going to mention, you know, like, are you guys familiar with the beer naming convention with ice? I don't know if this is... Oh, no, it's definitely not just Canada, because, like, Natty Ice exists and stuff like that. But, you know, ice in beer parlance refers to a beer that is 1% or sometimes more than 1% stronger than your traditional lager, but probably tastes a lot worse. But they market it as like, you know, please serve it as close to freezing as possible to nullify all of the taste in this Laker ice. Which is good advice, by the way, but I always thought it was weird because, like, maybe 15 years ago, might be longer now, like 20 years ago, one of Canada's largest breweries, Molson, started selling this product called Molson Cold Shots. And the idea was, like, hey, you like beer but wish it was stronger? Here's a 6% beer, but get this, it comes in a smaller can and is more expensive. I always, even as like a youngster, I was like, this doesn't make sense on like a stoichiometric level. By the way, you can tell I had a lot of friends. I drank 2 liters of iced tea a day and said things like stoichiometric. No. We've already done it. We don't need to. It was like, hey, are you a discerning customer who's very mathematically ignorant? Try our strong beer that is actually less alcohol by volume and costs more money. Tastes worse as well. They've been, you know, discontinued, I guess, as like new math rolled out, and people were like, this doesn't make any sense. I have to drink more strong beer to get as drunk as I would get off of the normal stuff. Dude, that's pretty solid. I dare not use the tower to try to, you know, cheat the system here. Yo, this is a great floor for us. Now, by the way, you know, with craft beers, there's like, you know, it was 6%, Molson cold shots, I should say. 6%. Now you can get like, oh, it's a triple IPA. It's 15% alcohol and it's made with real, you know, animal dung. What's the serving size? 750 milliliter bottle. It's bad in its own way. I really don't want to lose the fly. I don't want to fall asleep either because I miss you, baby, and I don't want to miss a thing. So most of the time, whenever I'm going very quickly through a run, I take great, and I believe it every single time, I take great pains to ensure that you don't think I'm just trying to rush through it as fast as possible. I'll level with you. I'm enjoying our, like, you know, not really speed run, but kind of pseudo speed run situation right here. And it's nestled in, like, what I would consider a pretty comfortable area, where we're, like, you know, we're strong, but we're definitely not strong enough to be like, yeah, let's fight Hush, or Boss Rush for that matter. We're just strong enough to, like, realistically have a lot of fun on the rest of this run and not run into too much trouble. It feels good. Like, this is exactly the kind of palate cleanser run I needed after two that... I mean, the last one was not difficult, it was just long. But this one is, like, neither difficult nor long. And it's reminding me what I like about Isaac in general, you know, the progressive and cumulative nature of synergies in a run in general, having a good time. I tried to blow up that rock thinking it was a tinted rock. Rarely do I become overly sensitive to tinted rocks. Usually I just ignore their existence entirely. Dude, the biohazard is doing some amazing work. We do have a library. I'm starting to believe the dream may indeed be real. Excuse me? That might not be a library in hindsight. Please don't be a reroll room. Okay, it's a reroll room, but it's not a bad one. So we're definitely, like, don't get your hopes up. And when I say don't get your hopes up, I mean get your hopes up. I should start, you know, kind of reframing when I don't fight Hush. Should be like, thank your lucky stars. You don't have to see me fight Hush on this run. Whether because you don't like the fight or because you don't like to hear me complain endlessly about a fight you've heard me complain about many, many times in the past. Either way, count your lucky stars. We don't have to fight Hush this time. Okay. Get another poopy bomb out there. Thank you. Damage is slowed down a little bit, but still pretty good. And, dude, Daddy Longlegs does a great job of subsidizing our setup. I'm always happy to see it. Taking a little bit of damage, who cares? Deal with the devil? No deal with the devil. You know what? No deal with the devil, no problem. Let me check Discord here real quick. I'm just like, I love you, Discord. But there is, like... I mean, it's our own fault. It's user error. We have 75 rooms, so if I ever want to see if there's a message, I gotta check 75 rooms and be like... Oh, of course, the Discord where we used to play Overwatch is where that business message is gonna be. Hold up. Thank you. And slow your roll. This is the only thing that could hurt us on this run is ourselves. We should also be pooping on the regular, because we have good bombs. They're poisonous bombs. They give us, you know, the contagion. They get a little creep underneath them to begin with. I don't care about that. Just having a good time. Just a little casual run. You know what? It's the last day of school is what this run is. Hey, we're gonna finish up that one project we've been working on forever. It's probably like making a gingerbread house or something like that. Because, you know, in June or May, you're typically making a lot of gingerbread houses. That's like the #1 thing I miss about school. Oh, it's the summertime. Can't wait to make a gingerbread house. So stupid. We're free. No more dead ends, please. Picture that guy, you know, in the Dark Knight. I said the cadence wrong, so it sounds like I'm going to say Dark Knight Rises. But in the Dark Knight, when he goes, no more dead cops, but he's going, no more dead ends. I'm with you, dude. Just give me a sun card. I will never complain about anything for the next 24 hours if you just give me a sun card. Yo, Bark of the Moon, baby. No awoo here. We do, ooh, we'll go back for that. We do probably want to have a reroll available as soon as possible on the next floor, but I gotta say, can I just say thank you to the Isaac gods for blessing me with a very, very solid run that has really improved my Isaac morale. Like, I think after the last 2 episodes, you either just, you know, you take a day off from recording Isaac, or you say, you know, I'm going to give the game a chance to win me over. And I'm happy to say the game fit the bill. By the way, very big misplay there. I should have not shot this guy, because if he had stayed still, which he would have done for another minute or so, well, another 4 seconds or so, Lost Protector would have gone wild on him. Go ahead, hit me. I don't care. Push him into the wall. Lost Protector. Finish the job. He got him. It got him. Fool. Not what I'm looking for. Oakley dokley. Ned Flanders. Down to the next floor. Isaac's tears have been unlocked. Take it all back. I don't want it. Okay. It's decent items. I, for sure, hate the fact that we can't see where we're going. Luck Up is very nice, actually. We've been getting a lot of, like, I'm drowsy pills. And I love them. I really do. I wish I got 2 of them so I could figure out, you know, I could actually use one appropriately, but... Still, you know, bring on the drowsy pills as far as I'm concerned. Now, if we're truly blessed on this run, the Isaac gods will not let us hit too many dead ends. They will say, you know what? Recently, this boy's been through enough. I'm actually really pleased with the items we got here. Hey. I think that we got like 4 decent items. Which is, I don't know, probably a little bit above average for the chest. Sometimes you end up getting like, you know, 1 great item and 4 spacebar items you couldn't care less about. Okay, it's our first dead end, but easy enemies. Ooh, starting to feel the heat a little bit, and we do have Guppy's collar, so, like, in theory... Help? Oh my god, how did we dodge that? Oh, they're still coming. It's like, in theory, we could come back to life, but we really, really don't want to have to. I'll put that dodge up there against any of them, though. I think Hush, or sorry, Haunt should be relatively easy as well. I don't know what it is that's making Contagion so good for us here, but... You know, I almost don't even want to know, because I'm worried it might ruin the magic somewhat. Maybe it's not even Contagion, maybe it's just the fact that we have Poison Tears, and I'm attributing all of our poison to, Contagion, despite the fact that that's not accurate. Maybe, maybe not. Let's go. Again, blessed by the Isaac gods and grabbed by the ghoulies. Did you do a... Oh. Poop it out. Poop it out. Let's go. Dude, I'll take it at least. Alright, don't take dumb damage in here. This one's very important. Daddy Longlegs can carry you. All you gotta do is dodge. It's a pretty simple job. It's we're gonna have some invincibility. Oh no. Don't do it. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, don't do me like that. .mp3. Daddy Longlegs, please. Thank you. Thank you so much. We just stay distant, keep shooting, never let go of the fire button. Because if we let go of the fire button, well, we could accidentally poop. If we poop, things could go wrong. We've done it. Let me go. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. That was a nice palate cleanser. Thank you for the D20. And something wicked. Click the like button if you enjoyed the episode. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See you!